Tonight there were some really good breakthrough moments at times, but then it's like we never could quite catch momentum in the way that we wanted to. And so, I think with vault, that was a great breakthrough for us. We really needed to make some of those changes and improvements, and so I was really happy to see that. I think overall, we just gave away too many things. We always say that we want to be so prepared that we can walk into any arena knowing that it's ours to defend, as long as we just do our job. And tonight, we just gave away too many things. Starting on bars, I don't think they were cautious mistakes. I do think they went aggressive, but some casts that were a little bit off and some landings that weren't quite in the way we wanted them to be. But still, even with giving those mistakes away, we were pretty close going at the halfway point. Going into floor, again, we just kept trying to build momentum and couldn't quite break through in the way that we needed to. But overall, this arena, it was energetic. The crowd it just added a lot of enthusiasm, and we're going to use this experience, grow from it, and figure out the tweaks we need to make for next week.
Questions? Right here.
You've had a few rough weeks recently on the beam, so what are some changes you're going to make? How are these going to be made to go further into the season?
Yeah, I believe that our habits have to be so great that we can compete our average. And so tonight, I would say all 6 people that went up to compete, their average is at a really good place. But that tells me that our mental preparation needs to be slightly adjusted, and the habits and how we prepare for that need to improve. And so we'll dig into each athlete's routine process and figure out where the things that we need to correct so that their average is a 985 to a 995.
What went into the decision to put Gabby in the bars lineup for the first time and have her in that leadoff spot?
On bars lineup this week, Gabby has been prepared week after week and been in an alternate role, and there was a couple of kind of openings over the last couple of weeks where somebody needed to step in and kind of take that spot. And this week it was Gabby. Every week it's the best 6 are going to go, and this week that was Gabby.
We spoke a little bit last week about how you guys were preparing for this environment with the crowd. What things did you feel like you did to prepare helped the most, and what didn't quite click tonight?
Yeah, I think overall our team was actually really prepared to take on this environment. I thought they did a good job of not trying to ignore it, but to kind of use it and help them move forward. So I actually think they did a really good job of that. I think they were drained. It took a lot out of them to invest in the level that they were investing all night long, starting from warm-ups. And so I think by the end of the meet, they had to work really hard at being intentional and dialed in, and they did for the most part. Again, it's just some silly mistakes happened in areas that we worked to improve.
A couple more, right here.
How encouraging was it to have Louisa and Chloe stick their bolts tonight?
Yeah, that was awesome to see. The thing is, Louisa and Chloe, they both stick their bolts all the time in practice. And so sometimes when you're trying to find that edge, you're going to go a little over sometimes, you're going to be a little under sometimes, and then it does click. There's a point where it clicks, you find that breakthrough, and so it was really neat to see those 2 break through tonight, and that will be a huge confidence builder. And now we need to look to a few other athletes and look for that click. They've kind of trying to find where that perfect place is and haven't quite hit their stride, but I do trust that they're going to put the work in to do that.
Last one? Yep.
You mentioned Chloe on ball, and she had a career high tonight. So what was that like, in this environment and this competition, like having a moment like that?
I haven't watched it back yet, but I would imagine her face and her reaction probably says it all. When you put so many repetitions in day after day, she's been doing that vault since August like that, and she prepares like that every single week, and so she's been really frustrated these past couple of weeks that it hasn't gone the way that she's prepared for it to go. And again, we looked at her mental preparation. What do we need to change in her process to help her really trust her training? And so she made some very intentional changes this week, and that paid off. And so I think that's encouraging both for her to see and also for her teammates to see that even if they're not quite hitting their stride right now, to trust that if you make the right tweaks, the right adjustments, it is going to click together.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.